bit easier, and one of the ways we're going to do it is by tackling your cleaning with steam. If you have not gone chemical free, we have the perfect way for you to do it, because this is no ordinary steam mop. In fact, this is unlike any steam mop I've ever seen in my life. Are we going to give them a little peek at that? Okay, actually we're not going to show it to you right now, but we do have a steam mop coming up that actually can detect the dirt with a UV light and has an amazing way to clean it. So if you can, stay tuned for that. We're going to start off with what's right in front of me, which is my Panasonic. And when I say that you're going to see things in this hour that I've never seen, you've never seen, look at this iron. It's cordless. It's a completely cordless freestyle iron that has the power you want, that has the wattage that you need to really get things beautifully pressed. And it's from Panasonic, one of the biggest names when it comes to all of our home appliances, our small appliances. So 360 degrees of cordless ironing. It even will act as a garment steamer in addition to that. The flex payment is $23.32. We're going to ship it to you free. And Vonabelle Sherman's going to join us right now to tell us more about it. I will tell you that we have purple, we have blue, and we have a silver gray available for you, any color you want. Detachable water tank. But I got to tell you, what will blow you away is absolutely the fact what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
Look, hold it up, hold it up.
Ready?
Let me see. You ready?
Okay.
Look at this. Okay,
no cord.
Absolutely no cord. That's nutty. That's crazy.
It is a cordless iron, but it maintains the heat, and you'll know that because of the great customer reviews. And this is a customer pick. Matter of fact, I really love the last review I read this morning. She sews, and she said she bought this just for her sewing projects. Why? Because that's the result you get every time. Look at that. That is like glass. This is what it used to look like, and it happens fast and efficiently. So you get out of the house quicker. If you don't like ironing, then this is going to get you through that chore faster. If you love ironing, it's going to make it a breeze. Look at the steam. And that's a cordless iron giving me that steam. That's so important. And watch this. There is no cord in your way. And look at this. The top is the same as the bottom. The bottom's the same as the top. So no matter what direction you want to iron in, it's the right direction. Because always we want to go in the direction of the point. The point is on both ends. And then back into the base for about an 8-second recharge. So in the time it takes to readjust your next garment, you're back to 1,500 watts of power to knock out all of those wrinkles.
Isn't that crazy?
I know it is, isn't it?
I think, well, my favorite part, obviously, is that it's cordless. I mean, I've never seen a cordless iron.
Yeah.
I have presented this before, and every time that I see it, it almost takes your breath away, because I think that we have fought that corner. It's kind of like the garden hose. You know, that garden hose,
yeah.
It was so difficult to handle. It was so heavy, always. And now they do those hoses that just completely flexible and collapse. This will change the way you iron, because you're no longer fighting that cord and trying to work around it and everything else. But to get those kind of results, Vonabelle, I mean the results. I will also give you a quick update, which is we only have 2,000 of these to go around. This is on a $30 price break, and on top of that, free shipping and handling. So you're actually saving like $38 today. So it's almost like half price.
Save money and save time, because look at how quickly and efficiently I got a razor edge sharp on this. So this is a way you can save money by having a great iron, because if you don't send this to the dry cleaner, because this is the, you know, the khaki pant, the dress down Friday, the kids uniform, that I got a razor sharp finish on that edge. But not only that, it's so strong, 1,500 watts, that it went right through to the other side. So now I saved time. And you know, if you can invest in a great iron, and think about it, if you have an iron that's 900 watts, 1,200 watts. You can have an iron that is 1,500 watts of power to give you this kind of result every single time. And not only that, it's a cordless iron. So it's fast and easy. This is a customer pick for a long time, because it gives great results every single time. And this is a great way to show that the cordless feature. You can walk right up to your curtains when you buy them, and usually they, you know, have like all those little boxes, and you think, well, how do I press that? You can't put that on an ironing board. You can walk right up to it and steam it. The same with all of your holiday tablecloths and things. Walk up, drop out those wrinkles, and get a refreshed feel. Your pillows, your couch, and this iron has actually turned me into a
oh my gosh,
a bed
I was just going to say,
sheet ironer. Yeah.
Are you ironing your sheets? Because
guilty.
I would never.
I never did before.
I would never iron my sheets if I had to stand here and deal with them and fight with that. But if it's already on the bed, I can take this over and just bing, 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 bing. Wouldn't that be great?
I do it for company. I don't always do it for myself, but I will do it for company now because it is so easy.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, just imagine
idea.
this is my comforter. I'm walking up to my sheet. I'm knocking out those wrinkles, and then all you need to do is add a piece of chocolate on the pillow, and now they feel like they're
of course. Or a cookie, as some do.
Yes, I do. Look at the result there. Look at that. It really speaks for itself, and you do it so fast and so easy. Now, let me show you some of the great features in this iron, because you just saw how well it works, but look at these features. They're fabulous. So you have low, medium, and high. You have a burst of steam. You have water. And water, by the way, is for your cottons and linens or any stubborn wrinkle. You use that water for. Then you have no steam, medium steam, high steam. This is where you put your water in, fast and easy. And now watch this. You don't see this in any other iron. This is a removable water tank. And you know what? The most recent review mentioned this. She said, I love walking up to whatever sink I'm closest to and adding my water and not having to take the whole iron. And it does have anti-calcium, anti-drip as well. So this iron has everything. And now we say it's cordless, but let me show you where the cord is, because that's important. It's here in the base. So you're plugging this in, and you plug that in, and then the iron goes back in its base. So now you're saying, well, okay, so how long does it take to recharge? Seconds, about 8 seconds. You're back to 1,500 watts of power. So it's fast, it's easy, and of course, look, Alice, is this incredible with the cover? That's what I love.
Covers
There's also
included?
no other irons. Panasonic does have two with covers. So the presentation is beautiful, and if you are taking it to your favorite crafting store or sewing event, it has its own carry case.
You could take
so
this to the quilting club.
Yeah.
My mom's a quilter.
Oh, she?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, it
have.
has to be ironed. Those little squares have to be straight. Have
the
to
fat
be
corners.
Yes, they do. So look at the vertical steam. What do you pay for a steamer? Okay, but this is different than any other iron you've ever used in your whole life. Because it's so much easier. It's so much quicker. It's faster. You're not fighting that cord. You're not trying to keep that cord out of the way because it has no cord. I love it. So
look at this.
Look at just
cordless iron. So you can iron and have fun at the same time.
You're gonna invite your friends over and say, "Watch me iron," because it is that innovative. It is that different. But then to reheat up to full complete
1,500 watts of power.
Complete temperature in 8 seconds.
Yeah.
8 seconds, I can barely blink. Okay.
And it's done. Okay. Yeah. Now, Alice, I want to tell you about this shirt. Now, not only did I get a great result, but to me, this is another place you can save money. If you wear collared shirts to work, whether it's you or your hubby, your post office, military, you want to have that military finish, you can do these yourself when you have a quality iron, and you're saving, $4, $5, $6 a shirt on this kind of shirt. On khakis, you're saving $8 by having a great iron. Now, another place to save money is to be able to have that vertical steam at home. So now my iron was back in its base while I chatted for 8 seconds. Now watch the vertical steam on this, because it's incredible to have when you have a shirt that you don't want to put the sole plate on. So we all have shirts that, well, I can't load the sole plate on, it would hurt the shirt. I'm actually floating above here, and I'm letting that 1,500 watts of power throw that steam in there, relax the fabric, and knock out all those wrinkles. Now it's Monday morning, and I forgot that I wanted to wear this great shirt, and I don't have to worry if I forgot, because my iron heats up fast, and look at how quickly I knocked out those wrinkles, and look at that difference. That's an amazing difference. And that's vertical steam on a great iron. That's why it's so worth it to invest in a great iron once in a while. And there are things like, let's bring Diane Gilman forward, because how many people are we going to...
her today, as a matter of fact, top and bottom.
So we put that steam in, and Diane loves embellishments. She loves those sequins and beads that you can't put this on a regular ironing board, and you just float it above, and you go ahead and knock out those wrinkles fast and easy. Then back in for a really quick recharge, and you're ready to go.
This is so cool. This is so needed. This is so smart. This is such a smart thing. We have it today. It's 3 flex payments, $23.32. We're going to do free shipping and handling. We are going to do a $30 off. But Oh, the 3 flex payments only good for my hour. Okay, if you want this, sorry, I missed that part. So the 3 flex payment will expire at 2 o'clock, okay? So if you're interested in this, I would love for you to go and take a minute and read the customer reviews on this. They're absolutely huge. This has been one of our best sellers since the day we launched it. Why? Because it makes sense. Who wants a cord when you don't need a cord? Did you remember the days when your telephone was attached to the wall? Do you remember the days when your laptop was attached to the wall? And how much everything has changed since you got to cut the ties that bind. Now you cut the ties that bind, and so even when you're steaming, I could have this even hanging in my closet. I could be steaming it there because otherwise I always have a hard time trying to figure out.
Door jam.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where I can hang it and I can plug it in. And now you don't have to do that anymore. This is so smart. But this is a heavy fabric.
Right, because it's a guy's jacket.
Look at the steam and the way that this has done that so beautifully. The power you want, the name that you trust, Panasonic, and the price today that you can afford, because this price is absolutely fabulous. But the flex payment ends in about 45 minutes. So let me give you an update. The violet, did you guys really see the colors? Let me just show you the colors again very quickly here. We have it available in your gray. If you want the gray, we have the gray available. We also have it in the blue. The blue is like an icy blue. And then the violet. Purple is gorgeous. Purple girls, come and get it, because the violet and the gray are in danger of selling out this presentation, okay? Because we are very limited with both of those colors. What a great idea.
It is.
And in case you're just tuning in and going, what? It's an iron. What's the big deal?
That's the big deal. Look at that. It's like a cordless iron. It's a cordless iron. I just did a men's jacket, and you know why that's important? Because your husband is not rolling in the mud. It doesn't need to go to the dry cleaner every time, but it does get wrinkled if he's sitting in the car or sitting on the airplane. You want to be able to knock out those wrinkles at home and save $10. By having a quality iron that gives you this kind of result, you can go ahead and do that so fast and so easy. And it is 1,500 watts, and it's such a great iron, not only that you love it, but there is a magazine with one letter that kind of looks like that, attached to a very famous star who had a talk show. She owns a magazine with one letter, and they had an editor's pick choice. They tested over 50 irons, and this is the iron they chose for their editor's pick, and it was in their magazine because it works so good, because it responds beautifully, and it is a cordless iron that functions so great. So you're buying the best of the best, and it is in its own little carrying case. So if you're sending, we'll be coming up to sending the new kids off to college, that is the perfect iron to send off to college, because it does come with its own handle. Now, it does have that the water tank is removable, which is a fabulous feature. And it does have anti-calcium, anti-drip. But every time, really, the results, the proof is in the pudding right here. Look at how quickly I did that, and the great wrinkle release. It's just remarkable. And then steam. Oh, that's an important feature. Does my iron have steam? Now, I put this back in here 8 seconds later. I want to show you the steam against this. Watch the steam just bellow out of here and give you that result you need every time. And you want to know that it's going to be there for you every time. Look at that, just bellowing out. That's the kind of power, and of course it's Panasonic. It is pretty and powerful. So you got the 3 Ps right in the power of your hand with its own carrying case.
You could actually travel with this. I mean, it's absolutely incredibly lightweight. I mean, one thumb, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But how smart is this? We all need an iron, like it or not. We have to iron. Yeah. Look at the way that this is working. Quick, easy, but cordless. It reheats in a matter of 8 seconds. You are right back, good to go. But then to be able to use it as a cordless garment steamer, so you could actually, everybody goes, oh, use it on your curtains. Well, I can't get something a cord long enough where I can get to the top of my 10-foot ceilings and use it as a steamer.
No,
but you can here, because why? Because this is cordless. You can take it to the top, you can take it to the bottom, you can take it from side to side, you can take it anywhere you want to go, because it's cordless, but it's Panasonic. Everything about this, and by the way, again, the little water reservoir,
water tank.
It comes out, so you don't have to carry the whole thing over to the sink. And does it use regular water or
regular water? Anti-calcium, anti-drip, and then you just pop it back in. It's a great iron, customer pick. And it's been in a big magazine.
I'll bet.
So good.
Which one is the most limited at this point? Is it the violet, the blue, or the gray? It is the gray, but closely followed by that violet.
Don't you love that?
The blue's pretty cool too.
It is.
They're
Look
all
at that.
nice.
Beautiful results.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
That's the only time you're going to see this today. But again, the brunch payment ends at the